Alright, this is my May wrap-up. I've done this once before, and you couldn't hear for all the wind, so let's try this again. Going down the road I don't know. Bum bum bum! Alright, so, these are all the books that I finished in May. I wanted to do this as often as possible, but I'll probably forget. So, the first book, I've finished 6. If I keep that up, that'll be 72 a year. That's over my goal, which was 65. So, anyways, alright, so, this is a long list. Nexus was the first one I finished, and it's a book about a futuristic drug that can connect you mentally with other people, and, y'all can communicate, and become more enlightened, and, it was an This is gonna be the month of pretty much, because I mean I don't like any of these books per se, but no, I don't like the first 2. Okay, I don't know if I was supposed to stop there or not. Don't step out there. Love's kid. He was carrying love, so I don't love him. Anyways, I've read a couple of futuristic drug books, and they're all just okay. I would suggest them to somebody like Mr. Banner or something, but people that aren't into like that sciencey or that medication sciencey stuff, I wouldn't think they would care. Anyways, after that I read The 3-Body Problem, which is a book written by a Chinese dude from China. That's why he's the Chinese dude. And it talks, the 3-body problem is a solar system that has 3 suns. Am I supposed to just drive through here? Yeah, they have 3 suns, and therefore it's trying to come up with a mathematical equation that can predict what'll happen to the planet, a planet in the 3-body solar system. And it's much more interesting than the problem, than the description of the problem, but it's still kind of a book. So, I mean, you should read it, I would think. If you don't know what to read, I wouldn't say not read it. It's just, it's a 3 out of 5. Okay, I give it a 3 out of 5. I don't know how to describe it other than the stars. So, what was next? Oh, Heir of Navron, which is the 3rd book in the Raya Revolution? I don't know, whichever it is. And I read it and the book after it that I'm going to tell you. I was reading this whole series in tandem. I'd read the Raya Revelation, or Revolution, whatever it is, and then I'd read a book from Red Rising, and back and forth. Like when I'd read one, I'd read the other, you know, cover all my bases, sci-fi and fantasy. I like that. Okay. So I like how people in this story like actually have lives that happen that don't necessarily have anything to do with the story. Like stuff happens to them and it's not crucial to the story. They just, I mean, they're people with lives. They try things that don't work and it doesn't necessarily affect the story, but it kind of tells you something. Not everybody's life culminates. I cannot come up with this word. Why can't I use this word? I don't know. Not everybody's life comes to this one point, which is the end of the 3rd book. You know what I'm saying? A couple people's lives matter up to that point, but some don't. And people die. There's people that just die throughout this book. People that you're like, oh, dang, I kind of like that person. No, they died. It's not like Kelsier level death, and you're like, oh my god, Kelsier died. He can't be dead, but he was dead. I think this truck beside me's engine just shut off. There's a cop there. Act normal. And it did die, I was right. That's Pulaski. I'm all over the place. Anyways, after that, I read the 3rd book, and it was a really good book. I like that book. I read the 3rd book in the Red Rising series, which is The Morning Star. And it is, I don't know how to describe it. Like the first one, he's just a rage person. Like he lives off hate, and you know, it's the book that'll get you pumped. It's the book that'll, you know, I need a pump, I'll read this book, because he just like, you know, I'm going to like screw everybody. And in this one, he's like grown as an individual and gained wisdom and understand responsibility and how people depend on him, and he acts accordingly. You know, like he didn't just get mad and stay there. He used that as a step to further his life along, and I like that, you know. And it's not the end of it's the end of that trilogy, but I think he's doing the 4th book, which will be the 1st book in the 2nd trilogy. Throwing numbers at you. Throwing numbers. Okay? After that, let's see here. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, right? Them two. And I read 6. Didn't I? What was the other one? Drop down too many gears. What was the other book? Alright, so the last one I read was 2D6. Oh! I remember what it was. Alright, so in there somewhere, but I think it was before the Era of Navron, I read Of Human Bondage, which was a suggestion by Dr. Light. Old dude, he waved. It was a suggestion by Dr. Light, and it's stuffy, and I hate it. It's the kind of book that she likes, that whole Pride and Prejudice kind of book, but I hated it. It was so hard to fucking finish. I'm gonna spoil a spot in this book, kinda, but it was written in like 1912, so if you haven't read it, just suck it. So, anyways, all the way up until he goes to school to be a doctor, I hate him. I hate the main character. There's nothing about him I like. I just hate him. It's just, he just depresses me. Every decision he makes is like the opposite of what I think a well-rounded human being should do. It makes no sense to me, like the choices he makes. And I can't connect with him because he's never had to work. Well, actually, I don't start liking him until he starts having to work. So, yeah, I don't know. Anyways. Alright, so back to the last book, which is 2D6, which is the 2nd set of short stories in the Caverns and Creatures. Oh, that's a stop sign. Gotta stop. I made it. Oh, this is like some bad area. This is the bad part of town. Thank goodness I'm strapped. Anyways. You see that sign? It was in a hole. Okay. Anyway, there's a dip. See? Dip. Alright, I gotta focus. There's just too much to see around here. At the... what did you call it? It's short stories that happen in between, or in 2D6. Yeah, 2D6. It's stuff that happens during that book. Or, I mean, stuff that happens during the middle of Critical Failures 2. The first short set of short stories, which was 1D6, happens in the middle of, Critical Failures 1. Huh. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Where am I going? Well, they're running. They're running from that area. So let's go. Let's follow them. Follow you to safety. There's kids playing outside. There can't be that bad. It's just a funny series. I like a funny book here and there, and this whole series is hilarious. So why not read it, right? Right? Was I supposed to stop? I don't know. Do I know where I'm at yet? Yes, I know where I'm at. Woohoo! I've gotten out of the back roads. I mean, all I had to do is turn around at any time. But, like, the struggle is real. Okay? The struggle is real. It'd help if I could remember roads. But everywhere is a journey. But yeah, that was my, what did I call it? Oh, May wrap-up. That's my May wrap-up. So yeah, peace out.